Hello everyone, I'm Harrison.
And I'm Rachel.
This week we're talking about our baby shower and the gender reveal, so stay tuned and join us on our journey to meet Baby H.
It makes me emotional to think about all the love that we got and that our baby got over the weekend of our baby shower. I am just so excited for this baby to grow up around so many amazing people.
We've been counting down the days to our baby shower because it's meant that we're finally going to announce the gender and be able to use our baby's name in regular conversations.
In the months leading up to our baby shower, Harrison and I came to the conclusion that we made a mistake with how we went about this gender reveal. We found out the gender when we were 14 weeks pregnant and didn't announce until 33 weeks.
That is a long time to make sure that you don't slip up at all. I don't think that we regret announcing the gender so late, but really the regret is finding out so early. Next time, we're probably going to wait until the anatomy scan to find out.
And honestly, I don't think we thought the baby shower would be so late either, but that's just how the schedules worked out. The biggest thing for me was I didn't want a bunch of gender-specific things at the baby shower. I definitely have a specific taste for how I want to dress the baby. We had already decided on this neutral-themed nursery, and I just wanted our baby's wardrobe to have more colors than just pink or just blue.
I think that we're pretty happy with the turnout that we had, and of course, we are so thankful for everything that people gifted to us. You don't realize until you actually start looking at all these baby supplies how expensive everything is, and any way that somebody can help us out, we're just really appreciative of that. So with that being said, let's talk about our baby shower.
So our baby shower was on a Sunday, but we made the drive up to where my family and Harrison's sister and brother-in-law live on Friday. And Friday night, we decided to visit with Harrison's family for a little bit. We got some ice cream, which of course was appreciated by me and our baby.
We've been eating a lot of ice cream, so when they all asked, like, oh, who could go for some ice cream, I was not surprised at all to see Rachel be all ready to go for it. It was a good time to get to catch up with everybody before we started a lot more of the prep for Sunday.
On Saturday, we got up kind of early. I dropped off Harrison to be with his family again, and my mom and I went to get our nails done. I definitely could have done this nail job myself, but it was nice to just not have to worry about it and have someone else do it.
Saturday could really be summed up by Rachel and I running around everywhere. It felt like as soon as we got somewhere, within 20 minutes, we were back in the car to go somewhere else. A lot of this wasn't really prep for the baby shower. It was just little things that needed to be done because we were much closer to family, which is not usually the case for us.
And Saturday night, my parents hosted Harrison's family for dinner. So my family usually does a family dinner every Saturday night. Obviously, Harrison and I don't go all the time anymore because we live about 2 hours away. But since everyone was in town, it was nice for us all to just get together, have dinner, and kind of get to talk. We haven't all been together since our wedding.
Before that dinner, we thought we'd all be really, really cramped. It was going to be about 20 people in a house that we're really used to having at most 8 people in. And it definitely was a lot different, but I was surprised at how much room it felt like we had. And everybody got to have some really good conversations. And it was just really nice to have both of our families together.
I am so happy with how well our families got along. They were just able to find so many common interests and have really good conversations. I feel like everyone had a really good time.
Yeah, Rachel's aunt even became friends with my mom on Facebook, which is very rare, and they both seem very excited about this new friendship.
They're besties. And at the end of the day, I just had so much love and gratitude for all the people that poured their time and love and mileage into supporting us and our baby.
On Saturday, we were not the only people doing stuff. So Rachel's mom and her aunt spent a ton of time getting things ready. They were up incredibly early, just prepping everything. And we were really thankful that they were able to help and that they wanted to spend time helping us get the baby shower together. And really, they did most of the work. And that day wouldn't have been what it was if they didn't put all that together.
So Sunday was baby shower day, and we had on the schedule that the shower would start around 2 p.m., but we started very early that morning. I think we were up around 8 a.m., and my family went to church, and Harrison and I and my aunt headed down to our venue to kind of scope it out, check on the food, and just make a plan for how we were going to go about the decorating process.
8 a.m. may not seem like it's that early, but Rachel and I are definitely late sleepers on the weekend, so it felt like it was incredibly early. We were able to decorate most of the space before Rachel's parents got there from church because we had a lot of help from my family, and it just made it so much easier to put everything together because there were a lot of hands there to help and just a lot of people that wanted to have something to do to get the day going.
Yes, I am really glad that we had so much help because we really were cutting it close to get everything done on time. I would say the most complicated part was that my mom was definitely the visionary behind this, and people were coming to me with questions that I didn't know the answer to, but we figured it out, and I am so glad that we had so many problem-solving people there that could just take the reins and figure out how to make it happen.
One of the things that was very interesting of going into the baby shower that I feel like made it a little bit more stressful is that this is kind of the first time that people from my family are going to meet the extended family on Rachel's side. Because our wedding only had our immediate family, a lot of people haven't mixed and, gotten to know everybody. So it was really like the first time. And I feel like everybody just felt like it was higher stakes because of that.
We definitely had a lot of trips to the store that morning of just little odds and ends that we forgot or tools that we needed to hang decorations. And then we had a little lunch. And after that, Harrison and I pretty much left until very close to the baby shower time.
Yeah, we both needed to get ready, and we wore the exact same things that we did for our maternity photos. Rachel did decide to ditch the heels, and she went with flip-flops instead, and I think that that was definitely the right choice.
My feet still really hurt by the end of the day, though. Once the baby shower started, I just felt really awkward. I'm not good at small talk, and so Harrison was kind of my shield of like helping me through those conversations.
We both really don't like small talk. We are definitely very introverted people, prefer to be in our own little bubble, and these type of situations are just not something that we look forward to, and I would kind of say we don't really thrive in them either. We love to be behind the scenes helping these type of things going on, so we tend to be around events like this, but when the event is centered around us, I think we just feel uncomfortable and feel like we're really, really awkward.
I feel bad because I was so thankful that people were there, but I just don't know what to talk to them about. So if you're listening and you have advice on how to be better at conversing, please let me know.
It really does seem odd that we started a podcast, but this was really the easiest way for us to document everything, and we thought we might as well share it with everybody. But other than that, we really don't like to talk to a bunch of random people. And I do think it makes it easier that it's just the two of us sitting in our living room recording this.
Yeah. So once we got things rolling, we were a little bit behind schedule, which made me anxious because I'm just a schedule girl. But we eventually got things going. We played 3 games. So we did a guess who of questions about me or Harrison, like who do you think weighed more as a baby, or who is going to take more photos of the baby. And I think people really liked that game.
Yeah, I do think people enjoyed that game. And it was a game that Rachel had to put together beforehand. So she just made a little document on Canva and was able to get it printed at a print shop. And it made it really, really easy. The second game that we played was Guess the Price. So the way this works is there's a list of different baby-related items, and all of the people who are at the baby shower guess how much they think it cost. This one we did not actually have to make. Rachel found one at Party City, so that made it a lot more simple, but some of the things were really, really weird.
It was hard to make an answer key for that one because I guess I assumed there was going to be some like average price of baby items in 2022, but there's not anything like that on the internet. So I really had to look up specific items, and then you get into, well, there's different brands and there's just so much variability.
Well, and even that, if there was an average price of these things, when is the last time you saw a Binky sold in an individual pack? They always have at least two, so I just feel like it's so rare to see one Binky or like a single pair of socks or whatever.
Yeah. And I guess we should mention that the first game was won by Harrison's sister, and the second game, the prize was won by my brother. And honestly, that was probably one of my favorite moments when he won and he like stood up and was like, "Yes, of course I won."
The third game that we played was Name That Tune. So we played 10 different songs that all had baby in either the title or somewhere in the lyrics. And whoever guessed the song correctly got a point for that. And if there was a tie at the end, we were going to go with whoever guessed the most artist. And this game was pretty good. I thought it was fun, and it was won by my brother-in-law.
Next after that was our gender reveal. So the long awaited moment by everyone there. We got things set up. I had these poppers that have like confetti of the color inside. And on the outside, it said like "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star," because that was our theme. And we decided that for our gender reveal, because we already knew, we wanted it to be our parents. So we had 4 poppers, and Harrison's parents and my parents were the ones that set them off.
Another big reason we decided against us doing the gender reveal, aside from the fact that we already knew what it was, is that we don't really like being in situations where people expect a big reaction. We're definitely people that like, you tell us and we're just going to say, yeah, that's cool. And I think that when we got that ultrasound done and they said, yeah, this is the gender, we both were just kind of like, okay, and moved on. And of course we were excited, but it's not something that we want to try to like fake a reaction. And we knew that our parents were just going to be so pumped. And I think that we definitely made the right choice.
Yeah. We were not allowed to have first look photos at our wedding because of this reason, that Harrison doesn't like people watching his reaction to things. So, with that being said, everyone found out that we are having a boy.
We were so excited for everybody to find this out at the gender reveal because finally all of the pressure was off. We no longer had to try to keep this secret, and it just felt like a huge weight was lifted off our shoulders. But it also was just really fun to see everybody get excited about this.
We decided to get some personalized gifts for our parents with the baby's name. So for my parents, because they already have 2 other grandkids, we got them sweatshirts that say Grandma and Grandpa with the 3 kids' names on the bottom. For Harrison's parents, because this is their first grandchild, we got them personalized Coke bottles that say Grandma and Grandpa and our baby's name. That way they can, I guess, add on to it as there's more kids.
My family is a very big Coca-Cola family. We just have always been really into Coca-Cola, and it's just the best pop out there. So anybody who thinks that it's Pepsi, you can just write it down now. You are wrong. And they were excited to see this. And I think that it will be kind of fun in the future that if they have any more grandkids, that they could get a personalized Coke bottle with their name as well. And maybe they'll end up with a collection on their mantle one day.
And then we opened our gifts, which was, again, awkward for us because we're just awkward. But we are so thankful for all the things that people gifted to us. It really is going to help us a lot. I'm so excited with all the cute things that we got. I can't wait to actually use them when he's here. But just the process of like people watching you open gifts, I think is a little weird.
It definitely was a little weird, and it was something I was really not looking forward to at the beginning of the baby shower, and I thought it was insane. Like, who would want to do this? But as we were opening the gifts, just watching the people in the room, people really did want to see us open their gift. And I think that for each person, it was nice that we did that for them. And I thought that everybody was just going to sit there and awkwardly stare and be like, yeah, well, this isn't my gift, so I don't really need to watch you open. But people just kind of like did their own thing. Some of them went and got more food. They conversed amongst themselves or whatever. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it still was definitely awkward.
And that was basically all for the baby shower. So after it was over, people hung around for a little bit and talked, and then we started the cleanup process. I would say it took about an hour until we were out of there. But then Harrison and I went back to my parents' house and just hung out there and talked for a little bit. We were able to get the photos that my aunt was taking throughout the day, which we're super grateful for. And then we headed off to see Harrison's family.
One of the weirdest things about talking after the baby shower is that now everybody knows the gender. So it's okay to say the gender now. It's okay to say his name and stop saying it or they or the baby or the little tyke or whatever. All these things that we've used to avoid saying the gender. But I found it very difficult to get out of the habit of saying other things. And even now, it still seems weird to say the baby's name in regular conversation.
Yeah, but I'm really glad that we can.
Yeah, it is nice to not have to worry about it, and I'm sure that this will go away really, really fast. It's just something that I did not think would stick around at all.
So, Monday morning, we came back home with my mom and my aunt. We got some Olive Garden and opened up a few things. My mom and dad gifted us the stroller, so we decided to crack it open while my mom was there so she could see what it's all about.
It was really fun to open the stroller, and it's just really cool to think about all these things while we were opening them and just be like, yeah, like our kid is going to use this, and just think about how that's going to look. And Rachel still just occasionally just pushes it around the house for fun.
Yeah, and then after they left, we spent pretty much the rest of the day opening the rest of the gifts. We debated taking a nap, but decided that we should just power through and stay awake. That way we didn't throw off our sleep schedule.
Yeah, we have a pretty decent sized stack of cardboard that needs to get out of this house, but we're glad that we got the stuff open. We just put it away, and the nursery is starting to feel together. And the entire time we were creating a list of like, okay, this is something we need to go buy. We need this and this and this. And I feel like we're finally making those steps forward to be actually ready for the baby to be here.
The whole weekend was really bittersweet. I'm so glad that we got to have all that time together with family and have everyone together. It seems really hard to get people together like that, just with schedules and things. So it was so good to see everyone, but also a little sad because we knew that this would be the last time that we would see most of these people until he is born. So it was kind of sad, saying our goodbyes to people, knowing, wow, next time we see you, we'll have a baby.
I would say overall, throughout pregnancy, the weirdest thing for us has been time. When you first find out that you're going to have a baby, you feel like that time is coming real soon and you're so excited. And relatively, you are going to have a baby pretty soon. But there's still a long time to wait, and there's still so many other things that have to happen. But now we're like 7 weeks away or something like that. And we know that it's gonna be really, really soon, but it still feels like it's so far away. And it's just kind of weird that as we get closer, it feels like it's moving further and further away. But just seeing our families and just knowing the next time we see you, we're going to have our baby with us. It's really cool, but it's also just really sad because you know it's never going to be the same and it's going to be different in a good way, but it's not going to be what you've known your entire life.
I can't even explain how excited I am that we are having a boy. I know that Edison was perfectly picked to be our first baby.
Next time, we're going to talk about setting up a safe, smart home and the technology that we're going to be using in our house and in the baby's nursery. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.